Welcome to Love and Home with Solushola, where we build godly homes one child at a time. I'll be talking about 7 lies parents often believe. 7 lies parents often believes. Now, the devil doesn't just attack our kids; he attacks our thinking as parents. If he can get us to believe a lie, he can destroy how we raise our children. Now, we're going to be exposing 7 lies parents often believe and replace them with God's truth. Now, number one lie is if I take them to church, that's it's enough. Deuteronomy 6:6-7 says, this commandment impress them on your children. Talked about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road. Now, discipleship begins at home and not just in church building. Now, we said one of the lie is that when I take my child to church, or if I take those children to church, that will be enough. They will learn everything they need to know there. That is one of the lie that the devil posts to the heart of parents. That's a lie. And I said, discipleship begins at home and not just in the church building. As a matter of fact, you are the number one teacher, Bible teacher of your child. Number two lies is my child is too young to understand spiritual things. Matthew 19 and verse 14. The Bible says, let the little children come to me, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as this. Their hearts are tender, so it's better you start early. They can know Jesus now. In fact, one of the things I do and I tell people is that even while the child is still in your belly, start teaching them, start talking to them, start affirming them, start proclaiming their destiny, start shaping their destiny with your word. Now, from early, start if you can teach a child how to do things at home from early stage, how to sweep, how not to cry, how to know that this thing is not right, this thing is right. You send them to school early. What stop you from teaching them biblical principles early? What stop you from, imparting them with, godliness on time? So whatever you can, if you can do any other way, any other things in order to teach them, you can also teach them early. So this notion of my child is too young to understand spiritual things, that is a lie from the pit of hell that the devil use for parenting, not to train their children in the way of the Lord on time. Number three, lies of the devil is discipline is the same as punishment. They put it in your heart and you have the understanding that when you're disciplining your child, it means you are punishing them. That is a lie. Hebrew 12:11 says, no discipline seems pleasant at the very, very time you are apportioning it, but it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace, which means discipline is loving corrections for training. It's loving corrections for training and not angry punishments. In my previous, one of my previous teaching, one of my previous videos, I talked about the difference between discipline and punishment. You will do well to go through and listen to that video, watch that video. So discipline is not the same thing with punishment. Discipline is loving correction for training and not angry punishment. Number four, lies of the devil is being strict is the same as godly. Being strict is the same as godly. Colossians 3:21. Fathers, do not embitter your children, or they will become discouraged. Do not embitter your children, or they will become discouraged. Godly parenting is not harsh, it is firm, loving, and gracious. Now, godly parenting is not about being it's not about being a Margaret Thatcher of the home. It's not about harshness. It's not about angrily, beating, emotionally abusing, physically abusing the child. It's about being firm, being firm. That is, your yes is yes, your no is no, but you are doing it. It's about apportioning discipline in a loving and gracious way. And in my former video, I talked about step to discipline your child, ways of the step you should follow in apportioning discipline to your child. Please, if you have not watched that video, you will do well to go and watch it. It will help you in disciplining your child. So when you correct your child in love, when you discipline them out of love and being and firmness, it will help them to change their behavior easily. That attitude that you whatsoever, it will help them to understand with you and also get to know the reason why you are disciplining them, and it will help them to easily change that attitude. So let us ensure that we discipline with love. Being strict is not the same with godliness. Number 5, lies of the devil is they will figure things out when they grow up. This is a lie from the pit of hell. Proverbs 22, number 6 and verse 6 says, train up a child in the way he should go, because when he go, he will not depart from it. It is a training you train them from time that he will not depart from. So if you feel that they will figure things out and you don't train them early, what will they not depart from? It is what they hear when they go out there. Anything they teach them or they talk to them or they hear, that is what they will not depart from. So you want your child not to depart from your, the good way of life, the moral and the Bible value. Then you must train them. You must start talking to them, because it is what they will not depart from in future. Don't wait for the word to disciple them. Start now. And please be intentional about it. Number 6 lie of the devil is what work for me will work for them. What work for me will work for them. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal things. Therefore, get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding. Every child is unique. Pray and parent with wisdom. Pray and parent with wisdom, not just memory. And let me tell you, most of the time, what works for you does not actually work for your own children, because every child is unique. Even what works for child A may not necessarily work for child B. It is better you pray and you parent them with wisdom. Study to know the kind of child, it's their temperament and their ways, their approach to things, their ways before you know how to discipline them. Because most of the time, what works for you may not necessarily work for your children. And number 7 lies is, as long as they are good kids, that's all that matters. As long as they are good kids, that is all that matters. That's a lie from the pit of hell. 3 John chapter 1 and verse 4. I have no greater joy than to hear that my children walk in truth. Don't just raise well-behaved children, raise God-fearing disciples. Now, what are we talking here? You're like, as long as my children are good kids, that is all that matters. As long they are morally okay, that is all that matters. But that is not all that matters. You don't just raise a well-behaved children, raise God-fearing disciples, God-fearing child. So ensure you imbibe godliness, godly principles into those children, just as you are imparting them with, or correcting them, or teaching them on other aspects of life. So please, lies sound true when repeated often. Lies sound true when repeated often. But God's word is the final authority. So raise your children based on truth, not traditions or trend. Don't forget, to follow us on Love and Home with Olushola. Like, comment, and subscribe for more godly parenting wisdom. Thank you.